All right. So guys, today we are going to discuss one of the important topic also, that is the ADVPN. And this is known as the Auto-Discovery VPN. So after that, we'll discuss about the client-to-site VPN. So in process of completing all the VPN type, we should know this Auto-Discovery VPN also. And this is like if you're going to configure the SD-WAN configuration, any SD-WAN deployment, that's quite frequent or might be the most probably use this VPN to just deploy any kind of SD-WAN solutions. So why it's very important? Why this auto discovery? It's more and less similar about a DMVPN, or you can say it is going to work as a DMVPN like that. But why it's ADVPN? Because you see here, this is my hub location, and this hub is just going to act as a central controller where every like brain and the controlling of the all branch connectivity is going to happen via the hub. But by end of the like when we just build this entire fabric, means when we deploy the underlay and overlay, the branches have the capability, they can build the direct dynamic tunnels between each other. But if you're not going to enable the like ADVPN, auto discovery VPN, probably you have to make one side of the hub. So all control and data traffic is going to process via the hub only. But if you're going to build the dynamic tunnels, then what is going to happen? My control traffic is going to happen via the hub, but all data traffic means side to side communication is going to happen via the dynamic tunnels. So that's why ADVPN is there. That is a auto discovery VPN. So if you see, I just prepared the even the lab guide for this one. So if you want to just understand the step by step how this ADVPN is going to happen, what is the step by step configuration. So basically it is going to happen exactly as the hub and spoke topology, but over that we can build the dynamic tunnel between the branches as well. So we have the multiple branches and you want to just scale and you don't want to put a lot of dependency on the hub location. So you can use the ADVPN, and that is known as auto discovery, that allows central hub to dynamically inform the spoke about the better path for the traffic between two spoke location. So this is the hub like basically responsibility. And by end of the day, right, when we are going to use the IPsec widget configuration, they are going to define one of the site as a hub, you can see here, and rest site are going to be as a branch. But once we have the control information is going to be processed by the hub, then your data traffic is directly going to communicate between the branch to branch. So this is the same setup we are going to do test today, and we are going to do the step-by-step configuration, how the hub location is going to be configured. Let's suppose this is my London site, this is my India site, this is my US site. So how their underlay is going to be connectivity going to be happen by the ISP, and then how the step-by-step configuration is going to be happen. Then finally we just have to make the end-to-end data transmission between the branch location. Even the hub I want to go that. So let's suppose this is my hub LAN, and if this want to talk with this, then how the tunnel is going to form. And if they want to talk between this, then how the tunnel is going to form and how traffic is going to happen. So entire configuration I just done for the ISP router. We just have to use the sample configuration which I given here. And then after we just have to do step-by-step configuration for the after ISP router. This is my ISP router. So then after we just have to do the actual configuration of firewall. And here we just have to do like how the static route need to be defined toward the ISP. Then we have to do the VPN configurations. How in a spoke VPN configuration we have to select here. And then after that, we just have to do some kind of the pre-shared key. Similar like whatever we had done the IPsec, but after that we have the one of the interface, that is a tunnel interface. Based on that, it is going to dynamically assign when you're creating this VPN. So based on that, they're going to form the BGP peering between the two spoke or between the hub locations, or might be the hub and spoke and a spoke to a spoke. So that range is going to be assigned automatically. But if you want to change, you can change that as per your need. So AS number is also going to assign automatically, but if you want to change, you can change that as well. There is no like restriction. You can just use a default one. No, you can change any value if you want that. And then after that we can configure all the parameter, then our VPN is going to be done. And but most important, whenever we're going to configure this ADVPN, we have the special key for the all spoke location. So any key you use for the any specific location, any spoke site, but make sure one key is going to be used one time. It is not going to be reused. So once you, let's suppose I have two key and I just use for the one site spoke, like onboarding the spoke, I just use one key. So same key cannot use for this site location. So whatever key you select, might be spoke one or two, but make sure that is a unique and used for the one site only. Then you have to define the policy. We'll discuss how the policy is going to be defined. Then we have to do the spoke configuration. And after that, we just have to do the spoke means routing we have to do via the static. Then we have to do the authentication and that IPsec configuration similar to what we have done with this hub location. And the tunnel range is going to be automatically configured. We have to define the LAN and the LAN subnet. BGP number is automatically configured. If you want, you can change that as well. And also you can just do some kind of the verification. Once your IPsec is going to be configured, then it is going to up and working. And they will show two tunnel is going to build. So I'll show you. And they will do the side to side communication and the hub and spoke communication as well. After that, you can see the policy is required, and then we have to repeat the same process for the spoke location. And just I demonstrated one location, but rest is going to be same. And final testing, you can see like how the side to side communication is going to happen, how the hub and spoke communication is going to happen. So spoke one to hub LAN trace route, and this is for the spoke to spoke trace. So that is going to send directly communication from the one spoke to another spoke. So this is all we have to do testing, and then this is going to be like all scenario lab where we can go and configure it. So this lab doesn't have anything, so I have to configure from scratch. So let me do that step by step. So for you guys, because I'm just accessing this firewall from my local LAN, so this is accessible. This is going to accessible by my browser. But for your case, this is a management PC. You have to access these all firewall via this PC, and you have to do the configuration. This is the hub location. This is my hub LAN. So you can see this is the subnet 172.15.10.0/24. This is the 192.168.10.0/24, and this is 172.16.10.0/24. So these three LANs need to be configured, and then they are going to build the tunnels. This is the one tunnel, that is the hub. This is also going to build a tunnel between the hub, and also they are going to build dynamic tunnel between the spoke. So if this spoke want to talk, this will go via this tunnel. If this want to talk via this, so this will go via this, and they will talk. Okay. So let me start. Let me first do the underlay connectivity for this router. So there is no configuration at all. So I'll start from very scratch. Similarly, I will just see what is the firewall. So I will set up the firewall. Let me system interface. So this is 1207. So 192. I will just log in it later. Okay. And then I'll go in this location and admin, no password. I'll just set the again and show system, and if you have the 208, so 192.208. Again, I will log in admin. Okay, and done. So I will go in the third firewalls. That is my spoke 2. I will simply log in. Show system info. This is 209. And I will log in this. Okay, so this is done. Now let me go and quickly configure the router, because we just have to do the basic configuration of the router. Just we need to define the IP address. I'll change the host name, and I'll just put the inet ISP as a host name. Sorry. And do show IP interface brief. You're going to see some interfaces. And here I'll assign that. See, 0 by 0, we have to assign 89.8.8.2. So let me go here, assign that. IP address 89.8.8.2 to 55 to 55 to 55 to 52. I'll make no shut. Then we have another interface 0 by 1. 0 by 1 have the 99.9.9.2. So IP address 9.9.2 to 55 to 55 to 55 to 52. And I'll just no shut. Now I have the another interface, and this one having IP address 79.9.9.2 to 55 to 55 to 55 to 52, and I'll put no shut, do right. This is the only configuration we required. Okay. because you're just forming the underlay connectivity. This is a basic requirement to form the underlay connectivity. Now we just have to go to hub, and hub make sure because the interface are getting IP address from the DHCP, so they are going to create one of the default route pointing toward a DHCP server. So make sure you just remove the DHCP to the manual. So the static route is going to be removed. So this is the first thing you have to do that for the all router. Let me show you. So if you see here in network, you see there's a default route because you assign the IP address, but this is not required, else it is going to create a problem. So you just have to change the static one. So this default route is going to remove. So it is not going to create any problem. So all three firewall, I'll do this first setup to avoid any kind of the problem. So let me make it a manual. So if you're going to check now of any of the firewall and you're going in the dashboard in network, you don't have any default route. Okay. So now you have to define the default route. Let's suppose this is the spoke. So you have to give the default route pointing toward this ISP. For this, you have to put from this ISP. From this, you have to put toward this ISP. So all three firewall require just default route and will make the underlay reachability. So let me do that first. So I'll go in the network and let me assign this some IP schema. So right now I'm in the hub location firewall.
Can't we change the host name of the firewall for the better understanding? Because
Sorry?
can we change the host names of the
Yeah,
firewall?
definitely. I was about to change that. Okay, sorry, I just forgot. Yeah. So I'll go here. Let me change it. So this, sorry, wait, status hub
ये सब छूने के बाद नहीं।
FG01. Okay.
अभी मेरे नियम कानून तो शुरू ही नहीं हुए।
Sanjeev, mute कर लो. Sanjeev, please mute.
सॉरी 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 सर सॉरी।
No problem, no problem. It's okay. So this is my hub. Okay. And let me change for this one. This is going to be spoke one. Okay. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just forgot to do that. This might be the fancy question nowadays, and I have seen a lot of interview are asking this ADVPN. People are always confused, so I thought let me just cover it. But due to the SD-WAN, it's like become very fancy. So let me go in the interface. I just define the spoke and let me just configure this interface. Two interface required. One is the port 2 and port 3. So let me just do the basic interface IP assignment. So I will go on the interface and this is my port 2 and this is my WAN. I'll just WAN, no bandwidth. And this is my 89.8.8.1/30. I'll enable the HTTPS and ping. Definitely I need only ping. I'll go in this port. This is my LAN. I can change role as a LAN and here I'll assign the IP address 192.168.10.1/24. If you want to allow, you can allow it. So this is done. Now the most important, you just have to go and define the static route pointing toward the ISP. So this is my 89.8.8.2. It will take the WAN interface. So this is the static route for the underlay reachability. Sorry, I make a wrong thing. We are doing the configuration of the hub. So this is different set of the IP address. Sorry. So this is going to be 79.9.9.2. Which firewall I'm?
You on hub only.
Yeah, I have to change this IP now because this is giving a warning because IP is not.
79 dot.
Yeah, this is the IP we have to configure. So now I believe we're fine. We have the hub 79.7.7.1. Sorry, still wrong. 79.7. Yeah, let me correct the static route now. So 79.7.7.2. Now error gone. So we are good. So we are done with this particular interface. And this need to be also corrected because the LAN interface, we have the different subnet. That is a 172.15.10.0, sorry, 1/24. We are having this LAN subnet here. So I will just do this. So this is done, okay? Sorry for confusion. Let's move on the spoke one. Spoke 1, we have this LAN 192 and this is 189. So let me just quickly configure it. I'll go here. Let me just do the LAN port first configuration. LAN IP is 192.168.10.1/24. HTTPS ping, I allowed, I click OK. And then I'll go on the WAN port. This is my WAN port. And this is my WAN. Here is the IP is 89.8.8.1/30. Okay. I'll allow this. And after that, I'll click OK. So this is also done. Now I have to define the static route. And the next step would be 89.8.8.2. And let me verify, or let me just first configure third, and then we'll test the underlay reachability. So this is my WAN port again, and this is my 99.9.9.1/30. This is the ping. This is the WAN. Okay. I'll click OK. And the LAN, this is my LAN. And here I'll just go and define 172.16.10.1/24. Okay. Just click OK. This is also done. All right. Now I have to define last thing on the default route pointing toward the ISP. So 99.9.9.2 done. So now guys, we have done the basic configuration. Let me explain what I have done. So in this topology, I just configure this interface, and I define one of the default route pointing toward this ISP. Same default route pointing toward this ISP. Same default route pointing toward this ISP, and these two ports configuration. Very simple. Now let's build the underlay configuration. Let's verify do we have the underlay connectivity or not. So I'll go here and I'll just try to ping 99.9.9.1. It must be reachable. If it is not going to reach, then there is a problem, something. So it's not pinging, okay? Let me check.
Did we unshut the interface on the router?
I believe yes. Let me just check. Let me just try to ping a point to point first, okay? Let me ping 79.7.7.2. Even this point to point is not pinging. So let me verify what is the on the router side. Okay, I configured the wrong IP here. See? So we just have to change it. Actually, it should be 79.7.7.2. It is wrong. So IP address 79.7.7.2, 255, 255, 255.252. Oh shit. So right. Let me verify again. Let me go here and check first point to point, execute ping 79.7.7.2. This point to point is not reachable. Go IP interface brief. Let me ping. Oh, so this is 0x2 port, not 0x3 port. Oh my God. I need to default interface Ethernet 0x3.
2 as well.
Yes. Let me make here IP address 79.7.7.2 to 55 to 55 to 55 to 52. Sometime we make mistake. Let me first ping to ping 79.7.7.7.1. Yeah, now it's fine. So let me go again here and let me check. Execute ping 99.9.9.1. See, it is reachable. So we have the under reachability with the spoke 2. Now let me verify spoke 1 as well. So from hub, we have the underlay reachability. If I want to verify from the spoke 2 as well, so I can verify. There is no problem. So I'll just ping 79.7.7.1. It is pinging, and then I'll ping the 89.8.8.1. So we have the underlay reachability. This is the prerequisite. If you don't have the underlay reachability, we cannot build the overlay reachability. Now let's move to the second part. Second part, now how the VPN is going to be configured. So first we have to go in the hub and we have to do the VPN configuration. So let me do that. I'll go in the VPN. I'll create IPsec VPN and I'll make as a hub site. This is my hub site. Okay. And I have to select hub in a spoke. And then we have to define the role as a hub. So you can see the topology automatically changed. So we are doing based on the template. So very easiest way to do that. You don't have to do anything. Just some basic configuration, and then the entire ADVPN is going to configure automatically. So very easy to do that. I'll configure next. What is my incoming interface? That's my WAN interface. That is a port 2. So I will define the WAN interface as a port 2. Now it is asking the preset key. So I'll put anything you can put. So I'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is my secret key just for the peer authentication and all. And then see this tunnel IP automatically it's taken. I didn't define. So it is just taken the IP address for the tunnel IP address and remote IP address. For the remote branch location, it's selected for the automatically. So 2 is going to for the one location, 3 is going to for the another location, and 1 is going for the hub location. So next, now it is asking, what is my LAN interface? So I have this LAN interface and it is taken the automatic subnet. If you have the multiple LAN, you can select from here. Now it is asking how you want to configure their spoke site. So we have the 2 spoke. So you just have to add the one more spoke from here. It will take the automatic next IP address. If you have the 100, then you have to keep adding the 100, or maybe you can give the range as well. Means from here to here, the IP would be used for the spoke configuration. So that tunnel is going to configure from the spoke side. I'll show you. So I have the 2 spokes. I just select the 2. If I have 3, so I have to select the 3. And I'll put the next. Now they will create the tunnel configuration for you. But here you can see there is a special key also generated. So this configuration key is going to use for the your dynamic tunnel creations. So whenever you just want to build the spoke tunnels with the hub, this key is going to use for the authenticate and also going to exchange for just build the dynamic tunnel. So it is very important. So we'll use later on. Let's show the tunnel. So we created tunnel, but showing the inactive state right now. At the same time, if you go in the network and check the static route, we just have a default route. But if you just go and check the policy, by default, there is a policy created. There is a by default policy created. 2 policy created. One is, you see, hub site to a spoke site. So see, hub to spoke LAN. Just one policy created, all source, all destination by default, all allowed. Another is hub site to hub site by default, it's created. So just keep this information as it is. Okay. Now it's assuming that hub site doesn't have any LAN. So that's why there is no LAN to hub tunnel based policy is created. So we have to create manually later on. But for timing, this policy has been created. Now let me move.
I just have one question. Because yeah, so from hub site and LAN port 3. LAN port 3 is our
Means we have this created this like this.
right. LAN port 3 is our LAN interface of the firewall.
Yes. So this created the policy. Let's suppose you have a tunnel. So anything is coming from the tunnel. This is a hub tunnel, right? And want to go to the LAN. This policy is created.
Okay, so these are the automatic policies.
Yes, automatic. And then a hub to hub policy means anything coming from the hub, the by default everything is going to be allowed. Means any configurations. So this is done. Now let me go on the other branch, means the spoke site. I'll just log in it. Underlay already we have. Just we have to go in the VPN. IPsec tunnel. I'll create. This is the my spoke 1, right? You can put any name. And just go in the hub and spoke. Now here you have to select the spoke, not hub.
Spoke, yeah.
So spoke, then you have to apply the each configuration key. So just go here, click on the VPN. Okay. Click on this tunnel and you're going to find the key from here. Just click on the view and copy this key. Any key you can use, but try to use in sequence and then apply. So this key has been applied. Then you can click next. What is the pre-saved key? Same key you have to use here as well. So we use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'll use this one. I'll click next. And then see, this is the tunnel IP address, and self tunnel IP address and remote tunnel IP address is the same, which assign on the hub location. Now it is asking, see, this is the BGPS number automatically assigned, same as a hub also assign that. So I'll just select the my LAN port. It will take the subnet from where the traffic is going to process over the your tunnel. Click next, create tunnel. See, tunnel has been created. Show tunnel. And if you check, the tunnel is going to be automatic come up after some time. See, the tunnel is up now, right? But you click, there is a one tunnel right now. The site hub, spoke to hub tunnel. This is a spoke to hub tunnel because you just configure one tunnel. But once we configure the spoke to, there will be two tunnels. So you can say this is my remote gateway. This is my local gateway is myself. It is not showing here, but probably if I want to see remote port number incoming here. Yeah, self it is not available, but you can check the status. So here is your port number. So local is by default, it is going to take the local WAN interface IP address, and you can see some traffic is going on this tunnel. Now, if you see in the hub as well, you're going to find one tunnel is up. You can see one dial-up connection. If you click on it, you say this is my remote peer. That is my branch one. That is a spoke one, and this is my hub location. Now let me just do the same configuration for the my another router. So if I go here, I configure, I'll just go click, and then I'll just go in the VPN here, create, and this is my the spoke 2 site, and have a spoke, and then you have to apply the key. So click on this tunnel. Sorry, just go in this tunnel, click on it, go here, view the key, copy it, and just go here and apply it.
So this is the same key across all the spoke?
No, different key. We use this
Okay,
one.
got it.
I'm using this key right now.
Okay, so in case, let's consider you told earlier that we can define a range as well for
Hmm.
multiple spoke. I mean to
Hmm.
say the IP address range, right? In that case, how we come to know means how the keys will get generated means let's consider we have 100 odd spokes there.
If you want to add even more, right, you can add the neighbor prefix. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In case when we use a prefix, let's consider 10.1.10.0/24 entire pool.
It will automatically generate. Let me show you. Okay. I'll create.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
It will find that. Okay. It will automatically generate. You don't have to do anything with the key.
Oh, okay, sure.
Okay. So let me just create this one. Then I'll show you. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. This is okay. Next. See, change. If you want to change the IP, you can change even. This is flexibility available, right? So it's not mandatory. You can use that, but you can use that also. There is no problem. So I'll use the LAN port. Create. So if you see, this tunnel is also going to be up and working. See, this is also tunnel is up and working. So now you have this tunnel, okay? And after some time, it will create the spoke to spoke tunnel as well. So just wait for a while. Now, if I'm going in tunnel, if I clicking on this, still we have the one tunnel, but it will create another tunnel automatically. Dynamic tunnel, it is going to create. So let me, still we have to spoke tunnel. So let me just initiate the traffic, and then you will see that tunnel is going to be created. So now we have the tunnel, right? Everywhere. If you go in the hub, definitely you're going to find two tunnels. Let me see. So hub, you can see two dial-up connections. There is two tunnels. By default, it's created by the both neighbor. But these sites still you are finding the one dial-up connections. So once they have the two dial-up connections, you're going to find two tunnels as well. But the dynamic tunnels, once you're going to initiate the traffic, they will create the tunnels. So let me go on this site. This is my PC. Make sure on the PC, you disable the firewalls. Okay. Make sure I have already disabled the firewall on this PC. So you also make sure you go here and all three PC you disable the firewalls, else your ping is not going to work. It's very important if you want to do the testing and all. So let me open this one as well. And this one also, you see, this is the IP. This is the IP. Let me go here. IP config. This is also configured. Now let's me verify. Still, you can see there is, if you're clicking, there is only one tunnel we have, because spoke hub tunnel by default going to get it because it's a hub and a spoke topology. But let me try to first reach from this side to my hub location. So I will ping, what is IP config. And if I try to ping my hub location, this is
172.15. Yeah.
10.10. Said is pinging, right? So I have the hub to hub reachability. Now let me ping my another spoke side, spoke 2, which have the 172.16.10.10. Till the time we don't have tunnel up and working, only single tunnel we have the hub. Let me show you again. We just have the single tunnel, but let me initiate the traffic. So I will go here and I'll change the 16. And it is also start pinging. Probably it is dropping some packet, but it is going to ping definitely. Now just go here. Just go in tunnel. Click on it. See, automatic dynamic tunnel has been created. Earlier it was not tunnel, but once you initiated traffic, why the packet has been dropped? Because the first packet always going via the hub. Okay, then they will directly going to initiate a tunnel between the spoke to spoke. So if you are going to just trace again, if you are going to trace 172.15.10.10, this traffic definitely going to process via the hub. But when you are going to do the trace to the spoke, it will go directly. So you are going to get tunnel IP as a 10.10.1.1 and you are reaching to the hub. But if you are going to trace this IP address, this will go via the 10.10.1.3 or 1.4. I don't know what is IP. I believe 3 was there or 4 was there. So you are going to get the direct dynamic tunnel between here to here. So it's a 4. Okay. So it is going via the your tunnel. Let me verify. So if you go in the interfaces, go here and you just click on the WAN. See, this is a tunnel. This is the IP address. So this is directly coming. And if you want to go in the BGP and you want to see the routing, see, direct BGP also established over the tunnels. You won't do anything, but still your BGP has been established. If you go in the hub location, you go in the BGP, and it is also going to show you the, it is having a 2 BGP between these two location. Now, if I go in the firewall 1 and if I try to see the spoke tunnels, see there is still 2 tunnel because we initiated interesting traffic, so it also created. Now, if I go on this particular PC6, and if I try to trace again any my spoke 1, this is also going to direct tunnel. It is going to land 10.10.1.3 and hub it is going to direct. See, it is going here. And if I just trace to the my hub location, it is going to my direct site. But one thing, if we are going to try to reach from this PC to this, probably it is not going to work. Let me check. So now we verify the traffic.
Spoke to hub, we have verified.
This
And
traffic
spoke to
is,
spoke.
yeah, this is working fine. This is working fine, right? We all agree.
Yes.
Also, we have the
Yes,
dynamic
yes.
tunnels. Automatically, it's creating dynamic tunnels. Now, if I go in this PC, let me verify this spoke is able to talk to these sites or not. So let me go here. This is my IP address. If I try to ping 172.16.10.10, say it is not working. So this is the problem why it is not working. By default, in spoke, we have the LAN to and tunnel policy and tunnel to LAN policy. You see here, we have.
Yes, we have to create a policy, I think, on a hub.
Yes. So here, if you want to see that, this is the very important while configuring the hub location. If you have any LAN subnet, see, we have the spoke to LAN and LAN to spoke. This policy is available, right? But if I'm going in the my hub location, we do not have the forward policy from LAN to any hub like tunnel. We do not have any policy. See, we just have the hub to LAN. Any traffic landing on the hub tunnel and want to go on the LAN, that is working fine. But any traffic coming from LAN and want to go in the hub tunnel, that is not working. Make sense? So we have to create a policy LAN to
Right.
hub tunnel. So this you have to always remember. It is not going to create automatically, else it is not going to work. And you can define any source. So let me use all for timing, but if you want to define any specific, you can define that. And NAT is not required. Session, you can do that. Click OK. And now if you're going to work and check the connectivity, it is going to work. Let me show you. See, it start pinging. And if you want,
Yes.
let me check.
192, 168.
It is also working. So it's very easy. Make sense till here?
Yes.
Okay, so now we are good and we have done all testing. Even as for the lab guide also, we have done everything. So you guys have to just follow. We'll share the lab guide and you can just configure it. Next, you're talking about if I want to make the policy on the hub with the range, right?
Yes.
So how it is going to look like? So let me just do that for the one dummy. So I'll go and create the IPsec tunnel and hub in a spoke, new hub. And I'll make this hub and I'll just go here and I'll make the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll create next. So the automatic new range of the IP it is taken. See mode? It was
Yes. Earlier it was 10.10.10.1.
Now you just have to give the local interface LAN and range. Okay. So let's suppose you want to give the range this time 1.0.0.1.
It will not accept, I guess. 10 in a series of 10, I guess you'll have to define.
Wait. Let me see. Let me range. It is going to range prefix. Let me prefix range. What is the prefix? 192.168.11.0 or might be 10 to 192.168.11.101. Why it's
No,
not?
I guess it should be 10.10. Let's try with 10.10.
Let me check.
10.10.2
10.10.10.200.
No, I don't think so because the IP address taken by the tunnel interface of the hub is 10.10.2 something, right? 2.1 and
No,
2.2.
it will take any range. One dot, earlier it was this range 10.10.1.1 to 10 dot.
No, so I guess if you see in general configuration of a DM VPN or any other VPN, generally what they do, whatever the IP address configure on a hub side tunnel, the same
Mhm.
range of IP address given to the spoke as
No,
well.
but yeah, hub side we are configuring new hub na right now.
Yes,
We are,
exactly.
so we can give any range. Might be
Uh,
I'm missing some syntax. Let me check that. There might be a syntax issue, but we can give any IP range just to build a
Okay.
tunnel. Site to site. Let me see if I let me see if we have the range related something. They not describe for the range. Hmm. I believe there should be something.
Try with 10.10.2 dot. Uh,
Let me use 3 dot. Okay, 3.100.
I don't think so because if you go back, just go back,
Mm,
go
mm,
back.
mm.
Uh, 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 Over there you have there was IP 10.10.10.2. Default IP has been provided, right, when you configured the tunnel.
Yes, yes. When I configure, that was the default IP address, right?
Yeah. So
New, okay.
after spoke, let's see the what is the range comes now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's 10.10.2 dot, right? 10.10.2.2. So we'll try to configure any IP belongs to this particular range, 2.100 to 2.200, something
Okay.
like. Let's
Let me
see.
check. 10.10.2 dot 200 dot 10.10 dot
Uh,
2 dot 221.
mhm.
I believe it's syntax issue, not
Yeah. Uh, 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 uh,
0/24.
I
Yeah,
guess it
yeah. It
it's
will take this range, okay? Any range you can define from this. See it?
just define 3.0 then. Let's see.
Yeah, yeah. 3.0. I was just thinking syntax error.
Oh,
Yeah. So you just define
I
local
guess.
SSM. Okay. So
Yeah.
by so we have to define the neighbor group for the spoke site. So let me create the spoke one. Remote S, let's suppose 2000. Interface is going to be WAN and click OK and create the spoke 2 and remote S 3000. Okay, interface it is going to be WAN. Let me not required for timing. I'll click OK. So let me create. So here we have to generate automatically. See, you just have
Yes.
to
And spoke.
add spoke tunnel IP address. Let me suppose I'm going to give that what about 10.10.3.10. Okay,
Dot 10. Yeah.
and you just generate. This is going to get from here. Make sense?
Yeah.
So we can generate the key by adding the BGP neighbor IP. It's more about the manual, but we can do that. But if you're going to use the individual, you're going to give the automatic. Here we are
Automatic. Yes.
directly.
Yes.
You just define the neighbor IP and BGP peer. Not they're going to be the same as what you define there. Okay, so I believe we are good for this. Or any questions? Sanjeev, any question to have?
नहीं सर, थैंक यू।
All right.
This is
मतलब
So,
अभी
more
तक तो
or
ओके है,
less
थोड़ा सा
same like.
फास्ट आप रहते हैं, so it will take some time to grasp me.
okay. No problem. Yeah, Amol, what are you saying?
It is similar to, I guess, DMVPN also, right?
Similar, actually, ADVPN just name has been changed, Auto Discovery, and it should be the DMVPN only, same concept, but it's more like it is not going to take much time while doing the configuration, but yeah, you should know about it.
Yes. Oh,
Okay, let me stop it.